This is big news in the world of tokenization. It's big news for Kraken. It's available to people who are outside of the United States. And my major question really is how soon this could be brought onshore in terms of approvals on a regulatory basis to get this done.
Hey, thanks for having me. I think the way to sort of think about it is that tokenized securities is the same way in which you should think about collateral. So collateral is the foundational trust layer, is the way in which we want to be able to help enable and enumerate this worldwide. And so while we're launching this with Bakkt and our other partners with Solana in Europe, in Latin America and Asia as sort of our first markets, we are going to work to bring this into the United States over a period of time. But I think what's more important is that you now, for the first time, have collateral that you can take with you 24/7. It's permissionless. You don't have to ask anyone for it, and it's not part of a walled garden. And I think that's the key aspect of what it means to be able to tokenize an asset.
One issue, though, Arjun, and you could see it coming from a mile away, is if you bring it to the United States, how do the traditional exchanges behave? This is not something that you can see the likes of a NASDAQ readily allowing or not pushing back against as you go to the SEC to get this done in a bigger way.
I think it's pretty natural for incumbents and what I'd call post-World War II brick and mortar companies to always push back against what they might have a monopoly upon. And what does that really mean? It's a walled garden. It's hard to innovate. It's hard to build on top of it. So when you think about global liquidity, global developers, global access to capital, global access to collateral, what do you want to build for and what do you want to build against? I think these types of products, it's not going to be just us, but anything that's happening in the crypto protocol ecosystem or decentralized, is that we're letting people get access to be able to innovate on behalf of US customers in the long term, on behalf of European customers and rest of the world customers, is that you're able to finally, in one place, get access to global liquidity, right, access to more products, and not part of one, again, walled garden. So we're an exchange. Our whole goal is to be able to provide liquidity and to provide this innovation. But what you're now able to do is figure out ways in which the traditional industries, as you just mentioned, how can they be a part of the ecosystem rather than being sort of left out?
Well, they need regulatory clarity. Arjun, great to have you. Look, Superstate already acknowledged that they're doing this. They announced it earlier in the month. You're now doing it. But Larry Fink and Vlad Tenev at Robinhood, they want clearer guidelines here in the United States. How briefly do you think that will occur? 30 seconds.
Look, I think with any of the regulators that are out there, from policy down to regulation, what we're really talking about is how do we innovate, how do we build? So, the folks at the SEC have been extremely promotive of these types of ideas around how do we bring this to everyday consumers, how do we bring this to everyday investors? And so I'm pretty positive that we'll get to a place where we can start thinking about how to launch this. Again, not just with one company or one customer, but across the board.